Yeah, I'm kind of weird, but you know what? God's people are peculiar anyway, so it's okay. I misspeak a lot of things, but God is using me to speak when you wouldn't think that he would be, and he is a lot. Please enjoy this video. Be blessed. Hey, Wandering the USA here. I am filming this last part first. I just planted this okra, but you're going to see it later on in the video. I used mainly that fork, which is not really a broad fork. I don't know what it's called. And I did, out of just fun, use that drill auger, which is awesome. I think they're really, really fun. You might want to check out getting one. I can't sleep in that shed because it's about to fall over and it leaked. I need to actually tear down that shed. But I am standing here in my house that has burnt down. And I am talking to you about planting a garden. And I am also in this video calling out to all prayer warriors to stand together in prayer, in agreement of everything that people are praying for that is God's will. You might want to word that in your own way, but during your prayer, really consider that, because I know that people are going through really hard times right now. There's a lot of unclean spirits, and there's a lot of oppression going on and spiritual warfare, and this is just unclean spirits right now. It is not demonic presence. So we need to be in prayer. Jesus is coming soon, and we need to be in prayer. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you feel led, hopefully you will subscribe to me. I have a lot of videos coming up because I'm going to keep on going. I don't have a place to live. I'm sleeping mainly in my car, sometimes in a tent, but I'm not gonna, the devil can't get me down. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to be doing for his animals and creation. So, and I need food. A lot of my gardens burnt, so I have to start over again, but some of them really, really did good, like letting this, oh, look at that little bumblebee. I hope you can see it because I can't see what I'm filming. There's a little bumblebee pollinating my broccoli that I'm hoping goes to seed. Well, it is going to seed, but I need to save the seeds off of that. And this is lettuce that was burnt. I pulled off the lower, as a matter of fact, you can see some of the leaves still burnt. But I pulled off the lower leaves, and now it has grown up and is going to seed. So I am not a great videographer, but I pray this video gets to who it's supposed to get to. And I'm standing in agreement with you in prayer. If you feel like writing me, hold on. So my house burnt down on Easter Sunday. I call it Resurrection Day. But I'm still staying on the property because I rescue animals. And I also have some farm animals. And I just have to care for these animals even though my house is gone. So I'm sleeping mainly in my car. I do have a tent, but it leaks and it's been raining like crazy. It might rain during this video, I'm not sure. But my house is burnt out behind me, but my gardens right here are very neglected, and I want to plant some more stuff. A lot of my garden's burnt with a lot of my heirloom seeds. I've got dogs playing over there. But this thing is awesome. I want to show you this thing in a minute, but these seeds are not heirloom. They're definitely hybrid seeds. But planting something is better than nothing. I got this from my local store. I'm going to be planting some okra today. And this thing right here, you would think that this little auger for a drill would be a scam, but this thing is awesome, man. I'm going to use mainly that I'm standing in an ant pile. I'm going to use mainly that pitchfork right there. And I'm going to get these ants off of me. I'm going to use mainly that pitchfork right there and this auger to do all of my digging for me. But I am going to stir up the ground real quick to get rid of the weeds because I just stood straight in an ant pile. That's crazy. Fire ants are out, that's for sure. Anyways, let me show you this is part of my little garden that I have left. This right here is my carrot row. Right here is a row of carrots. Right there is a row of beets, which I was going to harvest. But first of all, I want some of them to go to seeds. But you can see how huge they are. As a matter of fact, I almost want to just pull one, but they're huge. They are giant. They're ready to be pulled. Look at that guy. He's covered in potato bugs. Go away, Dill. Go over there, buddy. Okay, so this is, Martha, get out the garden. Get out the garden. So this is carrots. This is radishes. These are onions and cilantro mixed in. Get out the onions. And then there's a couple of, if If I remember right, because my garden book burnt, there's a couple of zucchini plants in here. Black zucchini, if I remember right, but I really don't remember. I don't remember what these are. They're either mustards or collard greens. And then everything in here burnt really bad. This was a row of garlic and some other sort of greens. There's my little burnt out house. It was a big house. It's gone now. I didn't have insurance because, oh, you know what? I really do have so much to say. I hope I do it. I'm going to finish my video. But I didn't have insurance because through 2 hurricanes, they denied me through two hurricanes. So I canceled my insurance. But they would have found a way to deny me anyways. So I'm not worried about that. But I definitely, boy, Muffy knocked over some of my onions. I definitely have been under extreme spiritual attack. I'm talking about extreme. So any prayer warriors out there, please, please pray for me. I am praying for you. I am praying in agreement with everyone that's prayers honor the Lord and His will. I stand in agreement with you, and I think we all should do that for each other. Stand in agreement. So any prayer warriors out there, I'm stepping all over my stuff too. Muffy did, I did. Let me go out. God, you're being silly. You go out. All right, let's get started. This little I don't even know what this thing's called. A broad fork? It's not a broad fork. It's a real cheap little pitchfork thing. The broad forks are a couple $100, but this thing is awesome. I've showed it in other videos. I think I've got some roots. I definitely have some roots here. But it really stirs up the ground and flips over the weeds real good. Muffy, no. Thank you. Ah. Thank you. So look at that, man. It just digs it up, and there is a lot of roots in here. But it just pulls it up like it's nothing. And then I just plant right among it. And then I come back and hand weed if I have to. But it really, really breaks up the land. Hey, here's proof right here that my property is covered in shale. Whenever I dig, there's sand and clay, but there's always shales. So this property was one day underwater. We know it was during the flood, but I think it was another time also. It used to be water right here. I should have put this in fast motion because this might be boring for y'all. But I wanted to talk with you anyways. And I'm not great about talking and working at the same time. But we'll see what I get done here. I want to make sure I'm still on camera. Hey, and if I can do this, you probably say, why are you out there doing this? You don't even got a house. First of all, we need food. We might be in a food crisis. It is serious. Second of all, if I can't work in the garden, and I am very sad that my garden's burnt, believe me. I'm very sad that my house burnt. But God first came and talked to us in the garden. So if we can't do this, and yeah, I'm overweight. Yeah, I have a lot of opposition. It's about to rain. But if I can do this, you can definitely do this. And I'm broke as can be and still have money for seeds. So there's something that we can do in order to show glory and honor for God's creation. So, and this dirt right here, to be honest with you, this dirt has been, this is really thick with compost. My actual dirt, this has a lot of compost mixed in with it. This is just last year's garden that needs to be turned over. But there's a lot of compost in this garden, so. I got a good place to start because it is very rich soil right here. I turn over those weeds, put the roots up in the air, and hopefully they don't come back and I don't have to come back and weed them. Get that spot too. Turn Turn you over. Turn you over. Alright, am I still on camera? Baby. I do want to finish this row though, so. Get this done real quick. The little leaves that are close to that other row. Get us some okra going. Okra, I hate okra. I mean, excuse me, but I really do not like okra. But I like it dehydrated with some lemon and maybe a little salt. Makes it much more palatable, much more enjoyable. I left the seeds over by you guys. This is gonna go fast. Watch how fast this goes. All right, this guy mixed with that broad fork thing, whatever that thing is called. I think this is a mustard grain, so I'm gonna leave this one here. I'll plant right next to it. Yeah. Dig up all this little dirt right here. Have a nice spot for the roots to go. I'm gonna get that too, because that's a weed. Yeah, get the weeds for me. All right, let's put okra right here. Put it right. Oh, you see, I got down to the original clay down in there, and it hit a root. I did hit a root with this auger, but it don't matter. This thing is awesome, man. It just goes and goes. But I got down to the original root. I mean, the original dirt right in there. All right, so that's gonna be a spot. That means this is gonna be a spot. I should probably go a little further apart. About 18 inches is what I'm gonna. A little closer than I would normally go, but I need food. So do my animals. So, I'm gonna go a little closer and pray that God just blesses this land and blesses this effort that I'm making, which is not very much. You know, since Adam and Eve were in the garden, they used to just be able to eat a fruit and just throw it and it would grow a plant. And now we do have to labor and toil over the land. And it is labor and it is hard. But I find it so enjoyable. I'm gonna put 2 seeds in and then I'll come back and thin them just to make sure, because these are, I really hope they're gonna produce. I'm gonna give it a little bit of insurance that it will by putting 2 in each hole. And just like that, 2, 3, 6. Just like that, I've got, well, more than 12 because I dropped 3 in some of them, but there's 12 planted. I'll have to thin them, but there's gonna be at least 6 right there. So let me go right here. Oh, I hit another root real good. Hit a root real good on that one. And I'm praying that my drill battery keeps going, because using some more shells. I'm hoping my drill battery keeps going, because I don't have a way to charge anything. So God's just gonna have to be with me on this one. All right, put 2 there, put 2 there, put 2 there. Oh, there was 4 there. So, all right, we're going on, we're moving on. See how quick this goes? Ain't nothing stopping. Now you don't need, I promise, I could do this with my hands. There's no reason I'm not, except for I want to do it. I think it's fun. That is. Got a bunch of roots in there. All right. There is a piece of my house that sucks because, oh God, please protect me. My house, another thing could be a blessing. My house was covered in asbestos siding, so it's pretty dangerous to breathe that dust. But God is good, and He's gonna protect me. And somebody's, I think a duck quacked, honestly. I don't know what it was. Or somebody's going by or something. But got 2 in each one of those holes, at least 2. There's 3 in that one, 4 in that one. All right, so we've got a lot of okra plants going in right now. Am I still on camera? Yes. So Anyways, as I was saying, there's a lot of obstacles in our life right now. Both with, well, in my life especially. There's a virus going around that, however you want to say that, however you want to think about that virus. But either way, it stops us from shopping. And it definitely, where I live, I don't know about where you live, but where I live, it is very difficult to find any groceries in the store. They still don't have toilet paper where I live. And before this happened, I had all kinds of stuff for preparing for if anything like this ever happened. I had 25-year food storage. I might just show you guys. I'm about done. Let me finish planting my okra. But I had 25-year food storage. In my house. And I had everything I thought I needed in order to be protected if something ever went wrong, or the grid ever went down, or we ever had another hurricane. And the Lord has really shown me that He's going to take care of us no matter what. He really is going to just take care of us. For everyday basic needs. I literally had everything I thought I needed. Without exaggeration. I'll show you in a minute. You can still see, well, you can't tell everything, but you can tell by what's left of my house that burnt for 9 days that I had a vast supply of emergency food stores. And I promise you, I had thousands of dollars worth of heirloom seeds that I've collected over the years. And everything, I'm gonna make the edges. I don't know if you saw what I just did, but I'm gonna plant the edges pretty thick just because whatever pops up and doesn't need to be thinned out, I'm gonna be happy with that. And maybe more will grow than I think. But I'm gonna make a solar dehydrator. Actually, I've got some pretty cool ideas of how I'm gonna preserve my food, which I picked over a gallon's worth of berries off my property the other day. And my idea that I first came up with, it didn't work because we had tropical rains that I didn't get warning of. I don't have a TV, obviously, but I still didn't get warning of it. It was not on my phone. And let me go ahead and take it. Oops, I dropped you. All right. I didn't get warning of it though. Am I showing that? Oh, I am showing that. Okay. Let's see if it's still recording. It is. Excuse the mess. Burnout house. So this in here was all, I've got dirty hands, but this in here was all my zone. I called it my zone 1 garden in here. It was all full of extremely awesome herbs that are gone now. And then all this stuff. Oh, let me show you what didn't. Well, it all burnt. See, I had these rain barrels that far away and they melted. This garden completely burnt. Its leaves, I think that you'll be able to see it in another video. But I did pick off a lot of the burnt leaves. And this lettuce shot up. I've got some plastic laying down over there to help with the weeds, but I'm gonna do this garden next. Anyways, this lettuce shot up. It was, I would say 4 feet. 4 feet, and then this is broccoli that is going to seed. I am letting it go to seed because I want the seeds. And this is also lettuce right here that's going to seed. It's butter crunch lettuce. And what is this lettuce? I don't remember the name of it. But anyways, it's all doing good. I've got all these that I had put my little plants in. I have thinned this incredibly and fed it to the chickens and ducks. But these all need to go to the ground still. But anyways, let me get over here and share with you guys what I have to share. So, yeah, this in here was, my wall fell down on top of my gardens. So I know they're gone and not coming back. That hose burnt. This is plastic that has come from us. I had some girls camping with me. But, alright, so this was my entrance to my house. It goes way over there. and around. But this was my entrance. It was a 5-bedroom house. And this is my entryway. My middle hallway right here. That's where my bed was. Underneath that bed was filled up with 5-gallon buckets full of emergency food stores. 25-year food storage. It's gone. It just melted. But all these cans in here, I don't know if you can see them. All these cans in here, a lot of them have melted. They were all 25-year food storage. And then all in here, this whole room was full of preserves. So I had enough food. That's a security door back there that melted and warped. But I had enough food to supply me for probably 4 years. But I had enough food. I was preparing for 4 people. I had enough food, without exaggeration, to supply me and 4 people for 1 year. And that's not including the garden. That is just until a garden got going. So you can see, I hope you can tell by my description and by the evidence in here what I'm telling you. I had and that's not including $2,000 worth of camping gear and sewing machines and hiking gear and any kind of emergency things you can imagine, which I truly felt led to prepare for in case something went down so that I wouldn't be tempted to accept a mark. I'm so dirty, I'm sorry. But I did that so that I wouldn't feel tempted to accept a mark of the beast or any other thing. And I love God anyways, and I always knew God would provide for me and prepare a way for me. But in some way, I really did feel like I was protected because of my emergency food and stuff. And then this happened. My trees have no leaves on them. They're burnt off. My trees are probably going to die. There goes something over. There goes a crow in that tree I just pointed to. Ain't that funny? But the birds are going crazy here. An owl tried to attack my ducks last night because they're shade. That's another thing. They don't have places to run and hide. That tree has all of its leaves off. This tree is almost all of its leaves off. That tree is so. Am I showing the right tree? This tree right here has almost all of its leaves off. That oak tree is probably 200-300 years old, and the one over there, it just has a little bit of burnt. But my property is a big mess right now because I'm sleeping here. I've got nowhere to put anything. Everything is like in the dirt, in the mud. I haven't had a shower since the 2nd. I have a hose now. I hooked up a hose and a fake little outdoor sink. It's not really an outdoor sink, but I have to spray water into it. But I'm doing the best I can with the very limited resources that I have, and I have faced I'm not even when I say that I have faced spiritual warfare, it's in no way exaggerated, and it's purely for standing up for Jesus and for saying what's right and wrong, and I don't mind it. It is fine. And hopefully strong Christians are watching this. I'm praying that the right people see this and hear this and understand. I hope that nobody that's just baby Christians hear this. But our world is falling apart right now, and we are under attack. And there's monsters going crazy right now. People in our world are just acting crazy, and this is just spiritual stuff. This is just unclean spirits right now. But our Father is coming soon. Our Lord is coming back soon, and we got to stay strong. We got to stay together. We got to stay firm. We got to believe fully, stay strong in the fact that our Lord will protect us. He will take care of us. He will provide for us. And but we need to stand together in prayer, and we need to stand together in prayer for the people that are being abused right now, for what the Christians that are being abused for their beliefs and standing up for Jesus, for the children that are being abused right now that don't have school or a safe place to go to, for the women that are being abused right now, for the families that are being persecuted. It's not being talked about, or at least I don't know what's being talked about, because I have not watched I have not watched any TV since Easter Sunday or Resurrection Day. But our Father is good, and He's going to take care of us. But we need to be in prayer and agreement with one another, and we need to fully be praying for one another. I was praying for something yesterday. I want to explain it without explaining it, really, but I was praying for something that was, I was praying with a friend also. I had a Christian lady that I was praying with, but and I use the word Christian loosely because we are Christians, but that word is, anyways, it's thrown around a lot looser than it should be. But we were standing in agreement together, and we realized, like, we were praying, and it was extreme. It was completely demonic. We were trying to save someone, and we were praying that there was prayer warriors around the world standing in agreement with us, and even though they didn't know what was going on. And I realized in that moment, and I prayed for them also. We prayed together for them. But I realized in that moment that we do need to stand in agreement in prayer. And that when we do, so in my prayer, I just prayed that if it was the Lord's will, the prayer was the Lord's will, whatever it was, that I stand in agreement with them. And I want them to know that they're not alone. And from now on, I'm going to be praying for you. Whoever you are, I stand in agreement with you in prayer, that if it's the Lord's will, I pray that the Lord's will be done. And I stand in agreement with you for whatever unclean spirit to go away out of your life, not to harm you. And I pray that you have the peace of the Lord and the love of the Lord, and that He fills you with all of His peace and His love. And I really want to say more, but I don't know how much I'm going to be allowed to say on YouTube and what's going to happen with this video. But I pray for you. I love you. Be blessed. Stand in faith. Stand firm in the name of Jesus. I love you. Be good. Get out and enjoy nature. Not nature. Get out and enjoy creation. I always say get out and enjoy nature, and I'm going to start saying creation because, and I mean that. I've always meant it as creation. But let's call it what it is. Get out and enjoy creation today and plant something. It's important. It's important. We need food. So, love y'all. I am a mess. I'm a mess. Got acne coming out on my face because can't clean myself properly. My hair's a mess. I don't care. I stand here humbly before our Father, doing this humbly, hoping and praying and knowing that one day this video is going to get to the person it needs to get to. And I stand in agreement with you. And I plant, I really don't want to get too deep into things. And I rebuke any spirit that tries to come up against me in this video. But for those of you that are planting and doing things, consider, if you feel led, consider, when I was planting my garden, this is before my fire, and the Holy Spirit did let me know. I don't want to talk about all that either, but the Holy Spirit did warn me of what was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be a fire. I didn't know it was going to be like that, but I did have some inclination that there was going to be something. But when I was planting my gardens, I kept on hearing, over and over again, you'll plant a harvest, or you will plant a crop and you will not harvest it. And it was just over and over and over again. And I thought it was just like for revelation. And I was like, well, this isn't the end of days, right, Lord? But I realized now that a lot of things that I planted are burnt, but also a lot of things that I planted are 40-year crops that didn't burn, that are somewhere else, that like my artichokes and stuff, they can go up to 40 years plus. I've got berries that are anyways, they might keep on going and going, and I know I won't be here to enjoy that. And I realized I actually and go into prayer before you do this, but it's beautiful to me. I am actually planting some things that the saints might get to eat, when they come through and need some food. And the Christians that come after me that really truly did not accept the mark of the beast, and I don't know about tribulation, I don't know about all that. Maybe we'll be raptured, maybe we won't. I kind of lean towards maybe mid-trib or beginning to mid, but I think we'll go through something, but maybe not. Maybe we'll go through nothing. Either way, the saints are going to need some food, and hopefully I'm planting some for them. So consider that prayerfully if you feel inclined. But I think it's a really beautiful thing. So I love you. Have a great day. Hope I didn't say too much. I know this video is kind of all over, and I've got a bunch more videos to come. I do ask you, if you don't leave a, hopefully you'll leave a comment and let me know whether or not this video touched your life or not. But if you do, or if you don't, leave a comment. Please subscribe to me. I have a lot more coming up. And I hope that you do find a way to let me know that this video touched your life. And know that I'm praying for you. Fully. I love you. And I'm not the only one. There's other people praying for you. So, love you. Be blessed. Be in peace. Bye.